Hi.
Hello.
So it's I'm calling from the Conservative Party. I'm your local MP, and we're doing a campaign for our small independent local shops. I'm worried about what's happening to all our high streets. They're losing their distinctiveness, you've got more empty shops than usual, and I think when you lose your independent shops, you begin to lose something important in your community. So I'm trying to tip the balance back in favour of the small independent shops.
I think it's very important for Patchwork to do this local level activity to show really our commitment to true politics, which is getting constituents involved with their politicians, young people involved with their politicians.
I do think there's a gap between kind of the old guard and young people.
Before an election, you get all kinds of promises being made which are targeted towards older people. It's because older people are going to vote. Young people's voices are just ignored. You flex your muscle in a democratic way. So I'm going to exercise my vote, I'm going to do this, and this is what I think is important. People will listen.
We're speaking about young people voting. How do you think voting can be made more accessible? And B, do you think electronic voting is potentially a strong option to do that?
I think we probably will end up down the electronic voting route, but I worry about people being too casual, too quick to vote.
So you could have something along the lines of, if you want to vote, you have to watch a 1-minute video of, say, 3 of your choices, and until you do that, you can't vote.
That is a really interesting idea, and then every party has an opportunity to put something on.
So
that's a really interesting idea.
I can see that you work really hard to connect with the locals. So how important is it to stand by what you believe and your moral compass?
Actually being the mouthpiece for a very large number of people in Parliament. I don't see the point of doing that if you're just going to toe the line. You get elected on the back of promises. To get elected and then not do that just seems to me to be, it's obviously unethical, but it's also a complete waste of time.
How ambitious are you personally?
Politically, I'm very ambitious to make things happen in Parliament. Ambitious for office, not at all. My voting record disqualifies me from any kind of promotion within my party. But I enjoy campaigning. It's what being in Parliament's about. If you don't want to campaign, there is not a lot of point being in politics.
That is what politics is supposed to be about, the want of the people and them electing individuals to go and represent them in Parliament.
Taking the time to go door knocking and speaking to people personally and actually addressing their issues and not shying away from acknowledging it and doing something about it.
What Patchwork have done today is they've been on the sort of front line of the election side of politics, getting an idea of how our democracy, how the wheels turn, how democracy works. That interface between campaigners and activists and voters is the bit that really matters.